Hello and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd and you were watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I have some breaking news coming out here for you. I want to bring you an update regarding the war with Ukraine and Russia. We have once again late last night, early morning over there for Russia, coming under attack by drones again, striking two Rosneft oil facilities. Here's one of them that you see here on your screen. This is in the region of Smolensk. I believe in Smolensk Oblast we had two oil facilities that were struck and destroyed. Okay, this is huge news. This is in the town of Yartsevo that you're watching on your screen here. We'll pull up the actual video footage. You can watch it with sound here in just a moment. And I'm going to show you on a map where these two facilities were struck. The other facility that was hit, I wasn't able to find any video footage, but I found one for this one in Yartsevo. Okay, so as you can see, they're completely on fire and burning at this time. And as it says here, about 126 kilometers from Ukraine's border. From the front line, I think it's somewhere between 200 and 300 kilometers away. Okay, so another very deep strike inside of Russia. And we've been seeing this from Ukraine going on for, 4 months now, 5 months that Ukraine has been doing this. We know they're manufacturing lots of drones, and they're using these to strike Russian oil facilities, energy facilities. They even attacked like a hangar one time, or like a facility that was used to build military aircraft for the Russian military. Okay, so Ukraine is definitely continuing doing this, and we know that I think as of today that 61 billion aid package finally got passed completely through the government of the United States, and they're going to be sending aid to Ukraine as soon as this week. Okay, and they're going to be getting some crazy weaponry because the 61 billion package, there's going to be lots and lots of weapons given to Ukraine, and we're going to be seeing F-16 fighter jets very soon too. So let me go ahead and show you the video footage here real quick. All right, so let's pull this up. This is actually on X, and this is from Ukraine Battle Map. Okay, and it says Ukrainian kamikaze drone struck a Russian oil depot in Yartsevo, Smolensk, located 300 kilometers from Ukraine. They even put the coordinates here. So let's go ahead and take a look at this video.
Охуеть горит. Бля, вот эти не жахнули. Вон там-то уже тушить начинаешь. Да, вон где не бахнул. Ну, блядь, как тепленько.
All right, so as you can see, another major attack on Russia's oil and energy sector, and it's been coming under attack, like I said, for maybe 4 or 5 months now. I want to say it started since like January at least, maybe even before that we've been seeing Ukraine doing this. So they've been very effective at striking these oil depots. And I remember just about, I want to say maybe a month or two ago, we had Dmitry Peskov, the military spokesperson, or Kremlin spokesperson, excuse me, coming out and mentioning that they were going to be doing something about this very soon. They were going to be protecting these oil facilities, but there's so many of them, okay? They would have to put multiple air defense systems at each of these facilities just in order to protect these, and I don't think they have the infrastructure available to do that. And clearly they don't, because these Ukrainian drones keep making it into Russia. They'll launch dozens of them at a time. Some of them will get shot down. Just like we had reports as well that in the Lipetsk region, it came under attack by drones as well, and supposedly we're targeting some oil facilities near that region as well. But we don't have any actual reports of any oil facilities that were struck. We only know that in Smolensk, there were 2 that were destroyed. So let me go ahead and show you here on a map. Get this pulled up, and let's take a look here. So here's Ukraine down here, and this is where they were firing them. They fired them from down in this region near the front line, which is all pretty much all around here. And they fired them from down here in Ukraine, and look at how far up it was. Probably about, I'd say about 200-300 kilometers, somewhere in that range from the front line. So we know that the Smolensk region, that's this entire region right here, right? Here's Smolensk, the town of Smolensk, and then also Lipetsk over here near Voronezh. Voronezh is a very major city, and Lipetsk region came under attack too that we know. But again, we don't have any reports of any oil facilities that were struck, but we do know here in Smolensk there were 2. So here is Smolensk, and then over here northeast is Yartsevo. This is the city here where one of these oil facilities that you saw on the screen was destroyed. Okay, caught on fire and was destroyed. There's one there in Yartsevo, and then another one south of Smolensk as well, near a town here called Talashkino. Talashkino, I think is the name. And here it is right here, Razdorovo. Okay, Razdorovo has an oil facility here as well in this tiny little town. And apparently there was an oil facility here that was struck. This is the one we weren't able to find video footage of. But we know, according to a report here from Moscow Times, that there was one destroyed here as well. So crazy, guys. I mean, we've been seeing lots of these drone attacks, and we know that the U.S. has been calling on Ukraine to discontinue these attacks because they're afraid that Russia's going to retaliate heavily here. They haven't yet. They've been continuing to allow these attacks to happen. And all they've really done is just kind of, bomb Ukraine some more is all we really see. We don't see any major escalation aside from that. But they've been able to attack so many regions, okay, even way over here near Nizhny Novgorod, way deep over here, okay? Lots of areas that they're able to target, not just near the border of Ukraine. So, again, very crazy news, guys. Just wanted to bring this to you, and let's go ahead and get right into this. We have an article here from the Moscow Times to go over. Ukraine attack drones strike Russia energy sites. So just 8 hours ago is when this came out. It says here, Ukraine launched attack drones at oil facilities in western Russia early Wednesday. Defense sources in Kiev confirmed in the latest aerial assault by Kiev aiming to dent Russian military logistics. Ukraine over recent weeks has stepped up aerial attacks on Russian energy facilities, in hopes of crippling Moscow's ability to attack Ukrainian cities or gain more ground in the industrial east. Officials in the western Russian regions of Smolensk and Lipetsk first announced the attacks. Our region was again targeted by Ukrainian drone attacks, Smolensk Regional Governor Vasily Anokin wrote on social media. Fires erupted following enemy attacks on civilian energy infrastructure sites. No one was hurt, he said. Well, that's good. At least nobody was injured in these attacks. Another drone attack targeted the Lipetsk region further south, which houses metallurgical and pharmaceutical sites. Governor Igor Artemonov announced. The Kiev criminal regime tried to hit infrastructure in Lipetsk industrial zone, he said, without mentioning any victims and adding that residential neighborhoods were not targeted. A source in the Ukrainian defense sector confirmed to AFP on Wednesday that drones in the service of the Security Service of Ukraine, SBU, had carried out the attacks. The source made no mention of attack on Lipetsk, but claimed 2 oil depots were destroyed in the Smolensk region. So 2 we know for sure were destroyed. Rosneft lost 2 storage and pumping bases for fuels and lubricants in the towns of Yartsevo and Razdorovo. So these are the 2 towns that I showed you near in the Smolensk region. The source said, referring to the Russian state-controlled energy giant. Okay, so Rosneft is a major oil facility company in Russia that is state-controlled, okay? That's why we've been seeing so many of these attacks happening on the Rosneft facilities, because for one, they're state-controlled, and then also this is how Russia is getting their money to fund their war efforts. So Ukraine's trying to do whatever they can to damage the oil and gas industry for Russia to make it more difficult for them to purchase weapons, artillery, build tanks, whatever it might be. And we've been seeing this happen for quite a few months now. The source added that the drones had attacked facilities that stored 26,000 cubic meters of fuel and said Ukraine would continue to carry out such bombardments. These facilities are and will remain absolutely legitimate targets, the source said. That's what Ukraine is saying. They're going to continue to strike these facilities. Russia has been launching systematic attacks on Ukrainian energy infrastructure, causing lasting damage to critical facilities, but Ukraine, over recent months, has claimed a series of strikes on Russian refineries and oil storage facilities, not only in the border region like Smolensk, but also in territories hundreds of kilometers from the border. Something I want to note here too is if you didn't hear from my previous videos that I've done on energy infrastructure coming under attack in Russia, is that Ukraine is also building some drones right now that are absolutely massive. They're almost calling them like airplane drones. They're the size of like small aircraft. And I forgot how much explosives they can attach to them, but they can put a pretty major explosive on these drones that cause a much wider blast, much heavier explosive. When it goes off, it does more damage. And apparently, these drones too can go a lot further. We know they're producing drones that can go as far as like 2,500, maybe as high as 3,000 kilometers deep inside of Russia. So we're going to start seeing attacks further and further deeper into Russia as time goes on. But we know that Ukraine is targeting a lot of these oil facilities that are near Ukraine because there's so many of them that are very close to the Ukrainian border. Okay, many of the regions that are on the western side of Russia that are very close to Ukraine, very easy to target. There's a lot of regions that have oil facilities, oil depots, things like that. Lots of critical infrastructure that Ukraine can continue to go after. And we're going to see them continue to do this. They're going to keep striking these facilities. I've already done probably 10 plus videos just on strikes inside of Russia. And, Russia's doing the same thing, okay? They've been going after their energy infrastructure as well. We know that major energy companies like D-Tech inside of Ukraine have reported major losses, like 80% or more losses in their energy equipment throughout Ukraine. So both these countries are just consistently destroying each other's energy sectors and just their countries as a whole. But that's the latest on Ukraine. I wanted to bring you this story. I'm sure there's more coming out in the coming days here that we'll find out regarding this attack. And if anything changes or something new comes up, I will definitely share that with you guys. But that's going to be it for this update. If you got something out of this update, please smash that like button. And also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below and hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, I hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. And we'll see you in the next one.